Welcome to Art and Style. I'm Leslie Mueller. I get asked all the time as an artist and a designer, what do you do in your home to decorate for the holidays? Well, today I'm going to show you, and we're going to start outside here on my front porch. I start by decorating the planters that we have. Very, very easy. It's probably the easiest and simplest welcoming that you can give to your guests who are coming over to your home over the holidays. I've got these boxwood planters, and this is where I start combining artificial with real greens. I wrap the base of the boxwood with artificial greens, and then I buy the magnolia leaves. They're a little bit of a splurge, but they're worth it because they stay green throughout the winter, and you've got that beautiful warm brown color on the back side of the leaf. And in my case, it helps because that color perfectly matches all the woodwork around the house. So I love having those. And actually, when you combine them and add some pine cones to it, it looks very real. You can put holly in there with some berries, and it just makes it look really festive. And from there, I go to my garage and I find all of my antique toys and things that just remind me of the winter. I've got this old flexible flyer sled because I love the idea of having a toy as you enter, and it might remind other people of their memories when they were kids too in the wintertime sledding down the hills here in Connecticut. I add 2 really large pine cones to it scale-wise just to kind of give it a little more oomph. And then I drag out my old snowshoes, which I've never used. I picked them up at a flea market. And I take these snowshoes and I also put a little artificial swag on those. You can always use fresh greens for these also, but I've got some artificial ones here. It's got some pine cones, a little red ribbon, and it just kind of implies fun and festivities, and it makes people curious about what they're going to see when they get inside the house. And then the wreath. It's the front door's focal point. So this year I took a wreath that I had purchased at a store that already had the flocking on it, but that's all it had. So I decided to go ahead and add the red bow to it just to make it look a little more festive. I added the pine cones into it, and I also put these feathers. You'll see that I use feathers a lot in the house. These are turkey feathers. They're the under feathers of turkey, and they're that great brown. It ties in the brown from the magnolia leaves, and it ties in the brown wood on the front door. So I just stuffed those around the leaf, put some gold leaves at the top, which I think just makes it look a little more festive. And above the door, I put another swag, and to tie it together with the wreath, I added the feathers again. So let's go inside and I'll show you around. Forgot to mention something. You know all those floral arrangements and presents and food products that get delivered to our house every winter? What I do over the holiday season is I keep a little canvas bag on the back of the door. And every time a delivery is made within a couple weeks of Christmas, everybody gets a big thanks and a little box of cookies or maybe some chocolate mints or whatever it is that I decide to give away that season, because these guys are working hard. They're working all night. Sometimes they're in rental trucks because the UPS trucks have all been used. So remember the people that are making the deliveries, and it'll make them a lot happier.